Yeah, it's actually less than 35 seconds, I don't think about it.
Amid escalating global tensions, the United States Air Force once again demonstrated its combat readiness by conducting bomb deployment tests from the strategic bomber B-52 Stratofortress. The test was carried out during a training scenario simulating high-intensity warfare conditions, aiming to ensure the readiness of weapon systems while showcasing America's air power. The B-52 pilots executed a series of complex missions involving the release of various precision-guided bombs from specific altitudes and speeds. A primary focus of the drill was to test the accuracy of conventional bombs against moving and static large-scale targets. This test was not merely a routine drill, but part of broader deterrence efforts against potential threats in conflict-prone regions. Recent geopolitical developments, especially in the Middle East and Indo-Pacific regions, have pushed the Pentagon to accelerate cycles of combat exercises like this. B-52 pilots, hailing from various bomber units under the Global Strike Command, trained to execute strategic missions under high-pressure environments. The training started with an in-depth mission briefing covering the types of munitions to be deployed, flight profiles, and overall operational objectives. Once preparations were complete, crews boarded the fully armed B-52 aircraft at the airbase, ready to embark on a mission demanding precision and high coordination. The aircraft then rolled onto the runway, gathering speed before taking off with the roar of its powerful turbofan engines resonating across the base. Upon reaching cruising altitude, pilots and crews formed up and prepared the weapon systems for the scheduled live-fire scenario. The test involved the deployment of smart bombs, guided by an integration of GPS and inertial navigation systems for maximum accuracy. At the designated point during the flight, the launch order was given, and bombs were released from the internal bomb bay and external pylons. Pilots and Weapons Systems Officers, WSO, monitored the bomb trajectories on cockpit screens as they rapidly descended towards their pre-programmed targets. Within seconds, massive explosions were observed from afar, indicating successful hits on intended targets with remarkable precision. Beyond conventional bomb testing, the drill also involved bomb deployments under simulated electronic warfare conditions. B-52 crews had to quickly adapt to disrupted communications and navigation, employing fallback methods to ensure mission success. Instructors overseeing the exercise provided real-time feedback, offering critical evaluations to enhance crew performance. Not only pilots and WSOs, but ground technicians also played vital roles, ensuring all weapon systems were correctly mounted and fully operational. The exercise also tested interoperability between multiple air combat units, including coordination with KC-135 Stratotanker refueling aircraft. Aerial refueling was a crucial component, extending the B-52's operational range for long-distance missions. One of the biggest challenges in this test was ensuring precise timing between bomb release and target acquisition. Meticulous calculation of flight data, wind speed variables, and other factors were key to the success of every launch. These B-52 pilots, most with thousands of flight hours, still regarded every exercise as an opportunity to learn and sharpen their skills. The Global Strike Command emphasized the necessity of continuous training, noting that B-52 would remain a backbone of America's strategic air power for decades. In a short press briefing, Air Force representatives stated that the tests reaffirmed the B-52's relevance in modern warfare. Upgraded with modern avionics, communication systems, and weapons integration, the B-52 now accommodates a wide variety of mission profiles, from conventional to nuclear strikes. The training sends a powerful message to adversaries. The United States maintains its military readiness in any situation. Some defense analysts suggested that the bomb deployment drills were a direct response to increased military activities in sensitive global regions. Although defensive in nature, the presence of B-52 bombers in the skies carries undeniable strategic weight. With the ability to carry more than 30 tons of ordnance, the B-52 remains a formidable symbol of strategic air power. Every time a B-52 flies a combat-configured mission, it signals America's readiness to engage at a moment's notice. After the drills, a thorough evaluation will be conducted to pinpoint technical and tactical areas for improvement. As global tensions continue to rise, the frequency of such exercises is expected to increase in the coming months. With the successful completion of these bomb tests, the B-52 Stratofortress once again proves itself an irreplaceable asset in America's strategic arsenal. The exercise also tested the crew's ability to conduct quick re-attacks in case of missed targets, an essential capability during real combat missions. Rapid data analysis during flight allowed WSOs to select secondary targets and prepare immediate secondary bombing runs. Nighttime bomb drops were also tested during the drills, challenging the crews to maintain precision in low-visibility environments. Additional stress simulations, such as simulated hostile air defenses, were integrated into the exercises to push the crews beyond typical combat scenarios. Ground-based observers and forward air controllers coordinated with the bombers to practice joint targeting operations. Feedback loops between air and ground forces were streamlined, ensuring faster responses in dynamic battlefield conditions. Strategic bomber tests like these are seen as crucial in validating the Air Force's penetrate and persist doctrine for future conflicts. The endurance of the B-52 allowed it to loiter for extended periods, providing persistent strike capabilities far from home bases. Updates to the aircraft's electronic warfare suites were also tested, enhancing survivability against advanced enemy defenses. Pilot debriefings emphasized the importance of adaptability, quick decision-making, and teamwork during complex missions. The extensive training not only sharpened individual skills, but also strengthened the overall cohesiveness of the bomber squadrons. Exercises like this ensure that the B-52 remains flexible enough to meet a wide range of mission requirements, from precision strikes to mass bombardments. As geopolitical landscapes evolve, the B-52's role continues to shift, adapting to the needs of both conventional and strategic deterrence missions. Future exercises will likely incorporate more AI-driven targeting systems and hypersonic weapon integrations to keep the B-52 competitive. For now, the successful bomb deployment drills reaffirm the B-52's title as an enduring symbol of American global air dominance. In addition to weapons testing, pilots also practice defensive maneuvers to evade surface-to-air missile threats during simulated enemy engagements. Crew members underwent scenarios where onboard systems were temporarily jammed to simulate realistic electronic warfare environments. Emergency procedures were practiced mid-flight, including mock fire suppression drills and rapid depressurization scenarios. The bombers were also tested in standoff strike scenarios, where munitions are launched from significant distances away from targets. Intelligence teams worked closely with bomber crews, providing real-time battlefield updates and dynamic targeting information. The integration of real-world intelligence into the drills provided a far more realistic and responsive combat training environment. The B-52 units coordinated with Allied forces during simulated joint operations, emphasizing the importance of coalition warfare in future conflicts. Maintenance teams were evaluated on their ability to rapidly reload and refuel B-52 under combat conditions, demonstrating quick-turn capabilities. Senior commanders praised the crew's performances, citing the exercises as a clear indication of the Air Force's global strike readiness.
1, 2, 3. Beautiful.
With continued upgrades and rigorous training, the B-52 Stratofortress is set to remain a cornerstone of U.S. power projection well into the 2050s.